Good morning, Quick fans. It's Wednesday, May 25th, 2011. I am wearing a towel, and I'll show you why after intro music. It is Towel Day 2011. Towel Day celebrates The Hitch-Hiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because in that book series, the towel is the most important thing an interstellar traveler could have, because not only is it practical, people also think that you're carrying everything else with you, and since you're not, because you're an intergalactic hitchhiker, they just give you the stuff. So, this is why a towel is very important when you're going across the galaxies. It also celebrates the life and legacy of Douglas Adams, whose death day was 2 weeks ago. It's always celebrated 2 weeks after his death day, which was in 2001. By the way, the movie of Hitch-Hiker's Guide, while it's a bit divisive in terms of the fandom, whether some liked it, some who didn't like it, but I personally liked it. I thought Martin Freeman played a great Arthur Dent, and then he played a great John Watson in Sherlock, and he's probably going to play a great Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit. Man, this video is going to come in two parts. First part, I'm not the only one giving away prizes. I am doing a special bonus edition of the Thursday Trivia Podcast. If you don't know that I'm doing a podcast, there's a link to it in the doobly-doo. But for this week, I have a special bonus edition, which will be out on Friday, and I'm giving away a Scott Pilgrim vs. the World poster and a copy of the New York Public Library's 100th anniversary book, Know the Past, Find the Future, which I'm currently reading on my iPod, the Kindle app, but is really, really great. Anyway, part two is what this theme actually is for this week, which is movies. I, as Katie suggested on Sunday's video, suggested that she watch To Kill a Mockingbird because it is a great movie. Probably one of the only movies, with the exception of The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz and To Kill a Mockingbird are, in my opinion, the two books that were made better as movies. Who wouldn't want their dad to be Atticus Finch, the person who's forthright and stands up for what he believes in, no matter the cost to his credibility. I have an undying love for the film Ghostbusters. I think I've seen that film like has to be at least 30 times. Probably more so. My rule is, as we've discussed on Skype, when in doubt, Ghostbusters. And I love those movies where they're not necessarily, amazingly critically acclaimed films, but they're just films you love watching, like Ghostbusters, or in my case, Men in Black. In terms of more classic films, I love Casablanca. I love Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Any Jimmy Stewart movie, really. I really have to get around to watching some of the Hitchcock stuff, like Rear Window and Vertigo that Jimmy Stewart's in, because he is one of the greatest American actors of all time. The film 12 Angry Men, which features a very young Jack Klugman, who I think is the only juror left from that film. But yeah, that's another film you should watch. I am forgetting quite a few of my favorite films, so you can check out my favorites list, which I'll put a link to in the doobly-doo. And I'll see you tomorrow, but first, time for the Hat of Choosing. Hat of Choosing. This is the Shaking the Hat of Choosing song. Ah, yeah. Katie! I just saw my little figurine of Bill from Homage to Bill, which I got many, many years ago at the Museum of American History in Washington, D.C. Have you seen Schoolhouse Rock? And if so, what is your favorite Schoolhouse Rock song and or video? I'll see you next week, guys.